Here at Scott Legal, we know the complex issues presented by immigration law. We are here to help you navigate the oftentimes difficult road in acquiring or maintaining your immigration status, so you can continue living and working in the United States. We have new immigration videos every week. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and bell. You can also sign up for one of our webinars, or get a free immigration guide, by clicking the link below. I have multiple visas. Is it okay to have multiple visas in my passport at the same time? If I have 2 visas, can I enter the United States on both visas? For most foreign nationals, the process of applying for a non-immigrant visa involves filling out a DS-160 form, gathering supporting documents, and visiting a United States consulate for an interview with a consular officer. There are some limited exceptions for Canadian nationals who are able to enter the United States without a visa for tourism, and can also get certain non-immigrant visas at the border, such as the TN visa and L visa. Applicants that are from certain countries may also bypass a formal visa by applying for ESTA through the Visa Waiver Program. This application process is done online, and the applicant does not have to go to a United States consulate abroad. If you have to apply for a visa at a consulate, and you meet all the eligibility requirements for the visa, the consular officer will collect your passport to put a visa stamp in it. Below are some important points to keep in mind if you have or are applying for multiple United States visas. You are permitted to have 2 concurrently valid visas, but not 2 valid visas of the same type. If you apply for 2 types of visas, and are eligible for both visas, consular officers are permitted to issue 2 concurrently valid visas. For example, you may have a B1 or B2 visa for tourist purposes that was granted for 10 years, and also be issued an E2 visa to run a business in the United States. In this scenario, your valid B1 or B2 visa would not be cancelled when you receive the E2 visa, and you could enter the United States on either visa, depending on the purpose of your trip. However, you are not permitted to possess 2 valid visas of the same type in your passport at the same time. For example, if you had an H-1B visa in your passport that was valid until July 1, 2017, and you then changed employers, and got a new validity date of August 2, 2019, and went to a consulate to get a new H-1B visa stamp, the officer would cancel your previous H-1B visa, and put a new H-1B visa stamp in your passport that reflected the updated validity period. You would not be permitted to have 2 valid H-1B visa stamps in your passport at the same time. While you will only have 1 visa stamp in your passport, you may be permitted to work at other employers in the same visa category provided USCIS approval was obtained. For example, a person can be approved for 1 H-1B visa, like a part-time position, and obtain a visa stamp at the consulate. They can then obtain USCIS approval for a second H-1B employer in the United States, and can also work for that employer. Similarly, a Canadian or Mexican national can have multiple TN jobs in the United States as long as they are approved to work at the employer. You can only use 1 visa to enter the United States, and the visa you enter on will control your status. While you are permitted to have multiple valid visas in your passport, you can only enter the United States with 1 visa. After you have been inspected at a port of entry, and lawfully admitted to the United States, you will be granted a status, which gives you certain rights, and controls the activities you may lawfully engage in while they are in the United States. When you have multiple visas, you should enter on the visa that is most appropriate for the activities you plan to undertake in the United States to ensure you do not violate your status. Going back to the example above, if you have a B1 or B2 tourist visa and an E2 visa, and you plan to work in the United States during your trip, you must enter on your E2 work visa. If you enter on your tourist visa, you will be in B2 status, and will not be authorized to work. To learn more, take a look at our resources in the description box below. You can also sign up for a free visa guide, any of our upcoming webinars, and Facebook groups. You can also schedule a consultation for a date and time that is best for you. We are here to help. You can contact us by calling 212-223-2964, or by sending us an email. We look forward to hearing from you. You can also schedule a consultation by clicking on the link below, where you can choose a day and time that is most convenient for you.